Guys, here in Ikot, Abasi, Akwa Ibom State, there is so much history about our past, about Nigeria, about things that happened. This building that you see here is a piece of our history. This is where the northern and the southern protectorates were amalgamated. It is called Amalgamation House, 1914. You will remember, those of you who knows about Nigerian history, that the northern and the southern protectorates were amalgamated in 1914. And this was the house where it all happened. This was where the British decided to amalgamate, to join the southern and the northern protectorates together. This building is the reason why Nigeria it is where it is today. This building is where a lot of decisions were made. I'm going to show you guys something that were used during that period here by Lord Lugard and by those around him. Come, let me show you a piece of our history. Come with me. Guys, look at this man. Look at this man. Do you know him? This man is, let me take this thing up. Look at his name. Lord Frederick Bertry Lugard. This is the man you called Lord Lugard. That's the man. Come again. Let me show you this. Let me read it for you to understand that we are here presenting part of our history to you guys. He said, a brief biography of Sir Frederick Lugard, the Governor General of the colony and the Protectorate of Nigeria, 1914 to 1919. He said, Frederick John Bertry Lugard, known as Sir Frederick Lord Lugard, between 1901 to 1928, born 22nd January 1859 in Madras, British India. Training, Royal Military College, Stanhurst. Profession, soldier, explorer and colonial administrator. Spouse, Flora Shaw. Office, occupied, High Commissioner of the Northern Nigerian Protectorate, 6th January.
Governor of Hong Kong, between 29th July 1907 to 16th March 1912. Then Governor of the Colony and Protectorate of Southern Nigeria, September 1912 to December 1913. Then Governor of the Northern Nigeria Protectorate, September 1912 to December 1913. Then first Governor General of the Colony and the Protectorate of Nigeria, first, I think 13th January 1914 to November 1919. Then, and he died on the 11th of April 1945 at the age of 57. So that's Lord Lugard for you, the man who administered the British colony called Nigeria. And all these things you see, the things that I'm showing you here, are some of the things they use in communication, megaphones and the rest of them. Things they use in their communication and in their administrative works. You can see how old they looked. The people there who are those things are in their custody are trying their best to preserve them. You know, they are trying their best, but their best I don't think is enough because the things are in very bad shape. They should have been taken better care of. The thing that you are seeing now are coins, old coins, you know, that they used in those days. So the things needs to be taken better care of. You know, for the future sake, you know, they're supposed to be there for a longer time, but the way I see it, if it continues this way in the next couple of years, in 20 years from now, these things might no longer be there. So they need to be well preserved because they are part of our history. They are part of our history. The history of Nigeria can never be complete without the mention of this particular house and things that transpired behind the walls. The amalgamation of Nigeria is something that every generation will always hear and read about. How the northern and the southern protectorates were amalgamated, where it was done, where the declaration was made. In this very building, the Amalgamation House in Ikot, Abasi, Akwa Ibom State. And these things that you see there, those megaphones and all those apparatuses, were things that were used to effect the administration of the colonial masters. So these things are supposed to be preserved, the way it is done in developed worlds. They're supposed to be preserved and be put in museums for generations to come to go there and see them and know that this was part of our history. So this man that you see here, Lord Lugard, was like, in today's world, you might call him the president or whatever, but then he was called the administrator or governor general. So my journey to Ikot, Abasi, in Akwa Ibom State was very enlightening. Things that I never knew existed, I got to know about them, and I'm bringing them down to you, to your doorstep, for you to understand and see them with me, and educate your mind that such a place still exists. You can see how this building is in a very bad shape. The roofs are falling, they are all falling off, and the walls are breaking, the windows and doors are breaking. They're supposed to do a better work, because people comes to come and visit these places, to come and do documentary of this particular history of Nigeria. So the government is supposed to do a better job at preserving this place. These roofs are not supposed to be like this, because it gives room to the elements to affect them, and before you know it, they will all fall down and they will not be standing on their feet again. They are every inch of the building is in a very bad shape. They're supposed to cover it. The material that we are used, maybe they are no longer available, but they can still be recreated. If you give it to the right people, the right experts, they can recreate it and make this building look exactly as it was when it was built by the colonial masters, so that they could be preserved to avoid rain and sun from beating them. When they are exposed to the elements, they can easily be affected. So this woman you see here, Flora Shaw, was the one who named us Nigerians. She was the one that coined the name Nigeria. So when someone calls you a Nigerian today, or when you proudly call yourself a Nigerian, remember that it was a woman who named you a Nigerian. It was the woman who coined that name and that word Nigeria, which we proudly bear today. So for you as a man who doesn't respect women because you believe that it is a man's word, you have to know that it was a woman that named you a Nigerian. So you have to give that respect to women. So when you call yourself a proud Nigerian, remember that it was a woman that named you a Nigerian. You have to, respect women for that. If you think that women doesn't have power, you have to know today that women has power and influence. They can use their influence to get men to do their bidding. She was the one who coined the name Nigeria, and she was the one who got Frederick Lugard to accept that name Nigeria as our official name. So this building is part of our history. Anytime you find yourself in Akwa Ibom, please try and pay a visit to this place. There are so many things to see that I couldn't be able to bring on this journey, but I will go back that place again to document other sites that are part of our Nigerian past. It was late in the night by the time we left this particular place, so there was no time for us to go and visit the rest of the historical sites that are bound at Ikot, Abasi. So we were able to visit the Bridge of No Return, visit the warehouse, visit the other places. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you and God bless.